talk a little bit about the Mormon Polygamist group and the recent activities of child services and the government who came in and took their children. Now, I want to first preface a bias. I do not like child services. I've seen them destroy families. I've seen social workers abuse their power. I noticed that parents are presumed guilty until proven innocent by the child services. That they're denied a right of jury. And that most of the trials are heavily weighted in favor of the federal government or the state government. Now, having said that, let's recover what happened with this thing and their compound. Now, it is believed that somebody called the child services and complained about being victimized by being forced to have sex with a person who was 50 years old when they were 14 or 13 or whatever. Now, that may or may not have happened. I don't know. But one thing we do know, no one was ever found who reported that. The state used this opportunity. Now, a logical person would say, okay, one person reported an assault on their person. We're going to send a police officer in a vehicle with a warrant to investigate and talk to the people in question. You know, look around and find this person and then talk to them and offer them an opportunity to leave and then punish the person who did the crime. No, this is not how child services did it. They had this one call, unsubstantiated claim, and that immediately put them in action. They got armored personnel carriers, snipers, assault rifles, everything else, and they surrounded the compound, and they came in and they started telling parents that you either leave your kids or you can come with your kids, but your mom, you can come with the kid, or we're going to take a kid anyways. Which is a lie anyways, because child services, all they ever do is take people's kids. Now, the parents went along, and they did what most often child services does. They lied to the parents, because as far as child services are concerned, the child is the victim, and the parent is always the victimizer. And anytime the parents are around the child, the parent has to be somehow coaching the child or intimidating the child. And anytime the child doesn't cooperate, then the child's been brainwashed, has been tricked or fooled, and obviously doesn't know what he's thinking. So they then bring in professional experts to coach the child so that the child says what the state wants to hear. And then only once they get the answers they want to hear, then they say, we got evidence. This is the nature of child services. Now, first off, I think that's draconian, what they did. I think this group has no history of being violent to anyone outside of their community, and only rumors of violence within their community. The process in which it took place was overly dramatic and unfair. It wasn't done in a proper, legal, and in my viewpoint, constitutional fashion. I sincerely hope, I do not believe the vast majority of those children have been abused. I do wish they do catch the abusers, but I do think the vast majority have not been abused. But they should count their lucky stars that this group is not like the Branch Davidians were, who actually owned guns and were into self-defense and etc. This group was pacifistic, so when they came in with their assault vehicles and their rifles and such, there was little to no chance of any firefight. Anyways, there you have it. Oh, by the way, for you liberals, I don't know why you're not supporting this group. I mean, after all, you guys are for sex education in 9th grade. You think 9-year-olds need to know about sex because they're going to do it anyways. You know, you're all about homosexuality, and I'm certain you'd be okay with polygamy as well. So the only reason I can think you're against this group is because they're religious. But anyways, their pacifistic nature should make you happy. I can understand why the conservatives get against them, but I do think that some rule of law has to take place, and that's where I take my stand. I'm willing to let them do, as long as they don't push it to be mainstreamed. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and God bless.